was at university. I spent a year, as you know, in England, in Brighton, as a guest student at Sussex University, and played at the same time as a young player for a small Sunday league team, Southwick. And their farewell gift when I left back for Germany at the end of that year was a ticket for the cup final at Wembley, West Ham against Arsenal. I think it was 1980 or 1981. And I very much relish that experience still. If I think about the atmosphere there, there were 30,000 West Ham and 30,000 Arsenal supporters. They had prepared individual songs for each individual player. There's only one Liam Brady, for example, I remember. So they had a special song for each player. Each player, when this song was sung by the supporters, he just was standing just in that corner where the supporters were. It was a very special atmosphere. And as I said, it was obviously the old Wembley Stadium. And of course, it would be great for us to experience that atmosphere in May or whenever the cup final is being played. But we are fully aware that it's still a way to go, quite a long way to go, and we could have had easier draws than Aston Villa. But the good thing is that we're playing at home in front of our 75,000. And of course, everyone in the team, the players, the staff, we want to show that the relapse that we showed against Wolves, both tactically and energetically, we were way too passive, not proactive at all. This is exactly the kind of football that I hate, that I don't want to see. And I expect a completely different face of the team, a completely different performance, as I said, proactive, aggressive, putting them under pressure and playing also proactively with the ball.
And therefore, has it helped having at least a few more training sessions this week without a sort of midweek game before the FA Cup tie on Monday?
Yes, we've had 2 training sessions already, today and yesterday. We'll have another 2 sessions tomorrow and the day after tomorrow, and then hopefully be ready for that kind of football. We must make sure that we play in a way and in a style and in an energetic performance that we have the fans behind us, that they play like as if they were the 12th player on the pitch. And this can only, in order to achieve that, we have to play that way. We cannot expect from the fans that they do that automatically. They do that automatically at Old Trafford, but to keep that going for 95 minutes, we have to play our part.
Some clubs in the Premier League tend to rotate lots of players for the FA Cup ties, but what will your approach be on Monday, Ralph?
We will definitely not play with 8 or 9 different players or even 10 players as we did against Young Boys in the Champions League. We will try and play with the best possible team, with a strong team. There might be a few changes, but I haven't taken a final decision yet myself. But we will definitely try and play this game as if it was a normal Premier League game or a Champions League game.
As for the team news, obviously Harry Maguire and Victor were missing. Eric Bailly's gone off to the African Cup of Nations. How are Harry and Victor coming along?
Victor is back in training since yesterday, which is very good news for us. Harry hasn't been able to train as yet, so we will have to wait and see how this develops until tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. With Harry, there is still a question mark. Victor will definitely be available for the game on Monday.
And what about Paul Pogba? How close is he to coming back or returning to training at least?
As far as I know, I was told a week ago that it will at minimum last another 4 or 5 weeks until he will be fit for training again. I saw him this morning before the training session. He was in the locker room. I hope that he will be back as soon as possible, but right now he's not being part of the training group. And even if he's back in whenever, 2, 3, 4 weeks, I think it will take some time. One thing is to be training fit, but on the other hand, he also needs to be fit for the match, for the competition in either the Premier League or in the Champions League, and this will still take some time.
You changed systems at half-time against Wolves to a back 3. It worked quite well. How important is it, do you think, that the team are flexible when it comes to systems? And is that something we might see again at some point?
Well, I think most teams, they have their system in England and they stick to it. But there are also teams who switch from a back three to a back four, or from a back four to a back three, or even like Bayern Munich, for example, or Leipzig also did it last season with Julian Nagelsmann. Even if they play defensively in a back four, they try to rotate within this system, this formation, to a little bit asymmetric back three. I think with our team, we have those two options. In order to play with a back three, we need to have most of our centre backs available. And I think even under Ole, the team did it, for example, in games like Tottenham, Atalanta away, or against Manchester City in the derby. I think we can play in the back three. This could be an option for us. But as I said, it also depends on the players available, on the current shape and form of the players, and also to a certain extent to the team that against which we are playing.
2 meetings with Aston Villa in the space of sort of 5 days. Is that relevant? Does that make any difference that you're playing them twice in quick succession?
I mean, this also happens in other countries, in other leagues, in the cup. If you play in the cup, and in this moment we're having exactly that situation, that we're playing them twice. But since it's different competitions, we have to take one game after the other. Now it's Monday, it's FA Cup at home. We will try everything that we can to reach the fourth round of the FA Cup. In order to do that, we need a different energetic level that compared to the game against Wolves. We are fully aware of that. That we have to try and put pressure on them. Don't allow them to play their technical football. I mean, things have changed since Steven Gerrard has arrived at Aston Villa. The style of play that they prefer since he has arrived is different. They have a lot of technical players in the center of midfield. They're a little bit focused on the center of the pitch. And we have to be aware of that and taking the right decisions in order to be able to be successful.
Right, David De Gea has been named as the club's sort of player of the month again for the last couple of months. You worked with a terrific goalkeeper previously when you were manager at Schalke with Neuer. Do you see any similarities between them?
Well, I think they're both probably definitely on the list of the top 5 goalkeepers in the world, maybe even the top 3. And they're both in a fantastic shape physically and as well